I apologize for that one, folks. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of background noise happening here in the studio, so just making sure all the doors are shut, but we haven't missed anything just yet. There's MYM. They're going to get themselves that top bounty rune, while the bottom bounty rune is going to get taken by the Radiant side, aka 3C4SR. Both teams in a best of one knockout match here. One of these two teams will be sent back out of the bracket. The other one will progress, getting one step closer to the Challenger Cup number 1, which, by the way, will be taking place on the 29th and 30th of this month in Pune. So if you haven't already blocked your tickets, make sure you get yourselves there. This should be one hell of an event, as it is going to be the first LAN phase of the ESL India Premiership. But enough about that, more about this game. Let's do a quick introduction of both sides. You've got Peng on the Juggernaut. You've got Tidehunter handled by YumeArt.com. Disruptor going to be played by ZCXV. Purple, aka Huskar, played by Viper. And that leaves us with Dota Field Heaven on the Witch Doctor. On the other side, it's Yafets on the Beastmaster, who's jungling and is in a bit of a pickle here. He has been tagged by the Thunderstrike and one of his creeps will be stolen. This means he'll have to make a base trip now on the back of that. While Disruptor, he's done his bit. So yeah, as we were saying, Yafets on the Beastmaster. Mirana going to be handled by Ramsey. Rams on the middle lane. Dazzle going to be played by something in your dream. Ivan Vasilev on the Elder Titan. He's going to miss on the Echo Stomp there. And you've got Sven, handled by none other than Rest in Peace. Oh, now I know who these guys are. It just hit me. MYM, Meet Your Makers. These guys actually played some pretty good Dota back in the day. They were one of the, I would say, tier 2 Indian Dota 2 teams. With Rest in Peace playing for the team formerly known as Tag Pro, which eventually moved on to have some of the other iterations in their lineup and is now known as Beyond Infinity. And yeah, they do have some experience under their belt, which means that 3C4SR are the underdogs going into this game. But they are running a mid Juggernaut here, who's doing fairly okay versus the Mirana. 8 and 5. Mirana's got about 6 CS. Top lane, not the best place for this Tidehunter to be, but the good thing is he's got his boots online, so it's going to be really hard for the Elder Titan to snag him with the Echo Stomp. But that said, Elder Titan's walking around with boots of his own. Yeah, Fets doing the right thing meanwhile, just ditching that off lane, going into the jungle. And this is where he'll accelerate his farm and levels. Disruptor making a smart move by leaving the illusions here to block out this camp. But Beastmaster, he's already onto this and is in deep inside his own jungle. We're about 2 minutes in, still no first blood on the board. Sven, the clear leader when it comes to CS here, 17 up under his sleeve. He's opted not to pick up the early mask of death here, or rather the Morbid mask. He's getting himself those early items now. He's got the boots of speed picked up. But we should see an early helm coming out from him to stack up this ancient camp and give himself that infusion of cash come mid-game phase. Tidehunter, he's still at level 1 though, no Anchor Smash available, which means that he can't get in too close here up against this Sven just yet. While Beastmaster, he's now up to level 3, he's clearly having the better situation in this laning phase. As we do see the EXP graph moving away from the Radiant side. 3C4SR is going to have to do something about this. Mirana does have the leap but chooses not to use it. She's got plenty of consumables still available. Echo Stomp. And that one connected. I'm pretty certain they could have followed it up with an arrow and scored a kill there. Rams using up his salve there to get himself back into fighting shape. The good thing about this Juggernaut though, he's got himself the poor man shield. So those auto attacks from the Mirana not going to do too much damage. Not going to be too much of a nuisance, as he can continuously push out the waves and claim these runes. He will find himself the Arcane rune at bottom, while Mirana will claim the Bounty rune at top. But it is a peaceful start for the most part here. 4 minutes in, neither side suffering any casualties. The Tidehunter, however, getting very close to dying there. He's got only 1 CS and he's still not leveled up at all. This is a terrible situation for a Tidehunter to be in. About 4 minutes in. Beastmaster getting close to that 6-minute level 6. Once he has it, we should see him making a play. While on this bottom side, it's a free farm lane for the Huskar as well. He's got himself a good 23 CS, but a Huskar pick, it's a little worrisome in the face of the physical DPS that the Dire side lineup is bringing to the table. Speaking of damage, here comes the assault on the Tyrant. They're gonna run straight in his face, and bam! There's the Shadow Wave heal bomb being put to use. As the Tyrant just melts to the damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, that first blood has been scored by Meteor Makers. They're looking like they're gonna lose a tier 1 at bottom. Casual GG, well played, called out there by mistake, I'm assuming. Rest in peace.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, the bottom tier 1 tower has taken some chip damage. But here comes the Beastmaster to slow things down with his boars. He should be able to pull the creep equilibrium back away from the tower, which will then allow him to lap up some extra EXP and CS.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Disruptor trying for the wrap around here. Yeah, Fats unable to get anything done here, but again the creep wave has disintegrated to the tower, which means that the tower will survive a little longer. Dazzle gonna find this haze tune at top. No, it's gonna be the Tide Hunter that walks in and claims it for himself. So Mirana's bottle will not be replenished here, as the Juggernaut is still holding on to a bounty rune. They should give the Juggernaut a bit of an advantage. He's already doing okay in terms of CS, 30 up against the 32 on the Mirana. But at bottom lane, we should see some action here as 3 heroes are moving in. They do have the Moonlight Shadow expended. Yafets walking forward, doesn't have the Primal Roar, which means that finding a kill is going to be quite hard. But the Echo Storm's coming through. It's connected onto 2. The arrow will come down onto the Huskar as well. And here we go. They have laid into Viper. He's going to lose his life to the physical damage from the Shadow Wave once again. But here comes the Juggernaut. Level 7 he is. He's got the Omni Slash available. They've thrown down the Primal Roar and they're slowing him down. He will expend the Omni Slash. It's going to bounce around. He hasn't done enough damage. And now they're being slowed down. Another Echo Stomp is going to score the kill on the Disruptor, putting the Juggernaut to sleep, who's been slowed down. The arrow will clip as well. Did they want to dive in here? Ivan, he's thinking of going in, but the cast will slow him and stop him in his tracks, as everyone but the Sven has been rotated towards this bottom lane on the side of the Dire, and MYM will find themselves a 2-0 exchange, bringing down both the Huskar and the Disruptor, even forcing out the middle lane Juggernaut's rotation to no avail. Not too shabby, I have to say. This is looking pretty strong from MYM so far. It was a little bit of a mistake, I'd say, diving that far deep in to try and get the kill on the Juggernaut, but they did manage to bait out the Omni Slash. Their Primal Roar did buy them some time to survive from in the face of the Juggernaut, and they even found 2 kills for the price of none on their own end. And all the while we pointed out the Sven, who's farming up. He's got himself the Helm of the Dominator online, which means that we could see him stacking up the creep camps pretty soon. But at mid, are we seeing some action here? No, it's just a casual Blade Fury to push out the lanes. I've got to say this, Dazzle's doing a lot of work this game. In your dreams, he's got himself 2 assists and 1 kill. No deaths on this support role, Dazzle, either. And the heal bomb is doing some significant amounts of damage, but for now the arrow perfectly on point there, as Yume Art will forfeit his life to the Mirana. Even Rest in Peace coming in for us. Well, I would say a little bit of an overkill Stormbolt coming out from him. Nonetheless, they will get the kill on the Tide Hunter, who's still level 4 at this point. That's a level 7 Beastmaster, who, well, in comparison to the Tide Hunter in the offlane, is really doing well. There should be a tier 1 tower taken apart by MYM, while the bottom lane is being pressured in as well. They do have a Tide Hunter coming in to try and defend this, but without a Ravage, he's just a heavy piece of meat. The tower will drop uncontested there, while bottom lane thinking of making a play here, but it's just the 2 supports, and they don't really have enough firepower between them to find any kills. And here we go, Beastmaster gonna TP in towards the middle lane. With the Primal Roar, they could definitely score a kill here on Swangapeng, especially if they chain it up with the arrow stun. Which is why the Juggernaut will back away under his own tier 1 tower. Smart move. Good decision to not stick around there much longer. But he's gonna get backstabbed here. They'll bait out the Blade Fury from him. Oh, bottom lane, are we seeing any action? Nope, just 3 heroes sticking around, securing the farm for this Huskar. Oh, your Fets, he's getting close to the Necronomical level 1 right now. Swangapeng still waiting in the tree line here. Taking a page out of the HY playbook. As his middle tier 1 tower is about to fall. You've got a glimpse coming out, sending Yafet's back. He even had the double damage rune, so they did not want to take a fight in his face. Arrow off the mark once again, but this tier 1 not going to be long for life. This is all space creation for this Sven, who's completely getting out of control here. Swangapeng stunned up. Can they follow it up with another stun? The arrow is available. They've got the roar. The arrow will fly. It'll clip on the disruptor. Casts bouncing around once as Yafets is moving in. There's the Ravage coming out behind though. As Yafets, he's gonna get the kill, but he loses his own life to the Juggernaut as well. Here comes the Huskar, forcing the leap out of the Mirana. They do have a sentry ward. There's an attempted TP here from the Dazzle. He'll get away as well. It ends up being a 1-for-1 with the tier 1 tower going down as well. But it was a 5 hero commitment coming out from 3C4SR. And they even committed the Ravage for that one. As MYM have found themselves another successful trade, I'd say. Rest in peace. He's going for the early Echo Saber. Surprisingly, he's not got too many stacks on these Ancients. I guess it's just a lapse in concentration. He should be looking to stack it more often, given that the camp has not been blocked out by the Observer or a Sentry ward on the side of 3C4SR. You've got Arcane Boots finished up on the Tide Hunter now. Well, in the bottom lane, you've got Yafets taking a beating. He doesn't have the Primal Roar. They gotta be careful, but Viper clipped again by the Echo Stomp. He's taking a lot of damage here, but he will survive by the looks of it. A few more hits ought to seal the deal, but it won't be enough right now. The Blade Fury coming through. Swangapeng trying to make a turnaround. They've got the Glimpse coming in through as well. Yafets with the stun, but Viper's still alive. He's not going down. They'll jump forward with the Mirana, who'll finally get the kill. She's gonna get a second one as they'll slow down the Disruptor with the Boar and score the kill on him as well. Another 2-0 trade. Ram's gonna get himself 2 kills there. While the arrow will now fly, gonna whiz past Swangapeng's ear as the Echo Stomp connects. That'll be another death on the side of the Radiant. I'm not too sure why the Juggernaut stuck around there, and in fact, they might even get another one. The leap's coming back online in 2 seconds time. Will they leap forward to try and get this kill here? Mirana, she's gonna do it. Leaps in, gets the arrow off, and with the Echo Stomp, they'll secure yet another kill, making it 9-for-1. MYM are just steamrolling their opponents in this bottom lane, as they'll even claim the tier 1 tower on the back of that. Yafets, he's got himself the Necronomicon sitting in the base. Well, Tide Hunter, no sign of a mechanism coming out from him. But there's the Echo Saber now finished up for the Sven. Rest in peace. He's gonna start hitting like a truck, and he should be looking to build the Blink Dagger as his next item. Mirana going for the standard tried and tested Aghanim Scepter build. I mean, occasionally you do see Mirana's going for the Diffuser Blade or the Yasha and whatnot, but when you're just snowballing like this, you basically go for the most high impact item that you can get at this time, and that would of course be the Aghanim Scepter. You may art. Gonna farm up these stacks for now. Speaking of stacks, the Sven has 3 stacks prepped and waiting for him. 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. I heard a smoke here. It's gonna be another attempted play coming out from Meteor Makers. They do have the Primal Roar at the ready. And you've also got Necronomicons flying out for this Beastmaster. 4 heroes clumping up in the middle lane using the Huskar as bait. They now have the Static Storm to work with. Mirana, she could get glimpsed right back in here. She has used the Moonlight Shadow though to keep herself alive. A smart play coming out from her. They don't have any detection right now on the side of 3C4SR, which could prove to be a costly mistake. And now they see the Juggernaut. If they can stun lock him long enough, they could find this kill very comfortably. They're gonna play it safe though. Just gonna group up as 5, maybe take Roshan before moving into the next tier 2 tower. With the Sven getting really close to his blink. In fact, he has the money for it now if he chooses to buy it. They'll now have an Aegis to work with as Yafets moves into the pit along with the Mirana, who's just 600 gold away from the Ags now. But they want to contest this. Yume, Art, and Co. grouping up as a 5-man unit under cover of the smoke. They have the Ravage, so it really is do or die for them right now. But the positioning, uh-oh, they've spotted this out now. Ravage coming through. He's walked in, but he got stunned up. They've thrown down the static storm. Sven getting glimpsed back in, but he's not locked in long enough. And there goes the Ravage, catches on absolutely no one. The Earth Splitter comes through as the Mirana jumps forward. Big Star Storm coming out there as the Omni Slash is slicing through. Rest in peace, kept alive with the Grave. He's just gonna man up, making it a 5-man wipe. No one on the side of MYM dies, but the Sven will change that as he'll tick down to the Huskar and his Burning Spear. 5 for 1, but 1,000 gold on the back of that 1 kill in favor of Viper's Huskar. It's still a trade that'll heavily favor MYM. They're even gonna claim the Aegis now. And I believe it's gonna be the Mirana that holds on to it. Well, this is looking like quite the stomp, I have to admit. It doesn't look like there's much that 3C4SR are going to be able to do here to fight back. One way to recover from this would be to get a quick blink tagger on the tide and try and catch their opponents by surprise. But I mean, I just don't see enough damage output coming out from the Juggernaut and the Huskar at this point. In terms of physical damage, they're not going to do too much when the Sven has the Warcry online. And if they don't blow up the Dazzler early enough, he's going to drop a Weave as well as those Heals and Graves, which will make it even harder to bring them down. It really feels like a complete outdraft coming out from MYM, and execution has been on point for the most part on their side as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, bottom tier 2 getting pressured by an Aghanim Scepter Mirana, who's already done an absurd amount of damage on this Huskar. While that middle lane, are we going to see casualties? Good Echo Storm catches out too. The Earth Splitter comes through as well, but it's not doing nearly enough. A defensive Static Storm was dropped. The Primal Roar is an offensive one. They're going for the Juggernaut. The Echo Storm not going to come through from the Elder Titan. And with the Moonlight Shadow, they can continue this chase. He doesn't have the Omni Slash, nor does he have a Blade Fury. And Soanga Peng will lose his life along with the Juggernaut. Sorry, along with the Witch Doctor. Giving Mirana another double kill. Here comes the Sven. He's going to drop the Storm Hammer down. Tyrant locked in position and loses his life. Mirana with a triple kill. The arrow flies, doesn't find its mark. Another 3-0 in favor of MYM. And it really feels like 3C4SR are on their last limbs this game. 17 and 2. They're getting smashed here. There's no sugarcoating it. It's time. High ground is about to be breached here. MYM pounding away on the tier 3. They're gonna get it comfortably as well. Leap forward, Mirana. Not like this. It's a godlike Mirana with the Elder Titan Spirit coming through. Well, Huskar just left to his own devices, getting smashed to bits by the Sven and the Mirana as well. Again, the Mirana gets a kill. It's another double kill. She's 10, 0, and 8. Not a single death attributed to her name this game. As the first lane of Raxus have dropped. The first lane of Barracks have dropped, and there it is. The GG. 18 minutes in. 3C4SR has just tapped out. Their hopes have been crushed in Starter Cup number 3 by MYM, who will now progress to the next round. Well, if there was something that 3C4SR could have changed here, I think first of all their draft was a little questionable. Unfortunately, we missed the draft phase on account of the fact that it was basically an AP remake. But I mean, I'm not too certain that the Huskar was the best choice there. Huskar is great when you're fighting up against a lot of magic damage. It's great versus the Mirana who's going for the Axe, but when you're in the face of an Elder Titan who reduces your base armor, making you more susceptible to physical damage, which the Sven has in abundance, you really don't want to pick up that hero. It also seems like there wasn't enough synergy with the Tidehunter there. You've got a Ravage and then what? Maybe you can drop a static storm if the disruptor's in position, but it's not like the Juggernaut or the Huskar are great at bringing down multiple targets either. And the Witch Doctor, I mean, you really can't fault a Witch Doctor pick, but it just didn't seem like it was impactful enough this game. Anyway, folks, we're going to wrap up the broadcast for Dota 2 today. It's been a short and sweet one, unfortunately, but CSGO will be coming up right next for the ESL India Premiership, organized by Nodwin Gaming, sponsored by HyperX. I'm CloudX. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to follow the Twitch channel on twitch.tv/ESL India Premiership. You can watch all the VODs and weekly highlight videos for all games on the YouTube channel of the ESL India Premiership. And of course, if you're enjoying my casting, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/TheRealCloudX and Twitter at TheRealCloudX. Don't forget to follow the ESL India Premiership on facebook.com/ESL India Premiership and at Twitter at Premiership_IND. This is CloudX signing out for now. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. And of course, I'll see you guys at the Challenger Cup number 1.